let's go over how to effectively door knock. Now, before we get into it, it's important to understand what door knocking is. Door knocking is when we can't get in touch with our leads. Somebody's told us no, they think we're a telemarketer, and we're going to work other avenues to fully and effectively resolve our leads. We're going to go over the how, the when, the what, and the why of door knocking. Let's get into it. First, why? Perhaps your lead put in a wrong number, or they hung up on you, or they don't answer the phone. You've gone through several dial days dialing through them and they still won't answer the phone. This is a good time to take that lead out with you and your business card, get out there and go knock on the door, get face to face with them so that way they can see that you're a real person and you're here to help them. Now, let's go ahead and get into when. When do you door knock? When's a good time for you to go ahead and do door knocks? The best time is in between appointments. Having leads with you that you know that you want to door knock and setting them into your schedule between appointments. This is a good time when you get no-showed or you get porched that you can easily and effectively go ahead, pull up those door knocks that you have that are in that area, go knock on the door and see if you can't help them. Now, let's get into the how, right? How do you effectively door knock? That's going to look like is having some sort of a route app. There's ones out there called Circuit, which is my favorite, Road Warrior, and several other apps out there. This is going to help you to utilize that way you can effectively run your route so that way you're not zigzagging and you're utilizing this app to help you to reduce the time that you're out. That way you can get to as many doors as possibly. You're going to make sure you have the lead with you or something that has their information. Perhaps you're using everything through your tablet, at least just having the ability to have their request pulled up in front of you so that way you can effectively be able to confirm the information that they put in. Making sure you have your license, a business card, and door knocking slips, which are available on the Family First Life website. Next, let's go ahead and let's get into the what, right? We know what we need to bring. We know when we're doing it. We know why. But what do we say? What do you do when you get to the door? First, what you're going to want to do is make sure not to bring up your bag, anything like that. What you'll want to do is have the lead, maybe have a clipboard or your tablet, whatever you have the information for your client on with that as well. Then I'm going to make sure I have my license on me and my business card. I like to have my credibility sheet is what I put on my clipboard, which shows the carriers that I work with, what I do. This is in the tools of the trade part of the orientation. Then I'm going to tell them, I'm going to knock on the door, right? I'm going to knock on the door and I'm going to wait for them and they're going to open the door. And I'm like, Mary? Hi, Mary. I'm Jessica. I run here locally for Arlington as an underwriter. I just wanted to introduce myself, and as a courtesy, I wanted to stop by. I was in between a few appointments and I had a couple of seconds. I know a little while back you had submitted a request. You were looking for help with final expense coverage. I'm assuming that you remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Perfect. Now, as I said, I don't have a ton of time because I'm between appointments. I could probably squeeze you in really quickly right now or come back in about 15 minutes. Which would you prefer? Well, I'm really busy and it doesn't really work today. You know what? That's fine. Not a problem. I really actually don't have a ton of time either. Like I said, as a courtesy, I was trying to squeeze this in for you. But I'm going to be back out in your area tomorrow. Would a morning or afternoon work better for you, or is a different day better? My first goal is to try to get in the door right then and there, right? To build the sense of urgency. Now, if they say, well, what is this? I don't remember. I basically just tell them my phone script up front and just keep funneling it through that way. Now, if they tell me, yeah, tomorrow will be better. Okay, perfect. And you said the morning, correct? Yes. All right, I can be out in your area, could probably squeeze you in about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, which would be better for you. Let's do the 9 o'clock. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and write this down on my card. Is there any reason that you won't be there tomorrow? And then is this just for you, or do you have a spouse or family member you were looking for also? Okay, your spouse. Perfect. Are you guys both going to be home at that time? No, you're not? Okay. Is that 10 o'clock? Will you guys both be there? All right, great. Because I would definitely want to make sure that you guys are both there. So I'll see you guys at 10 o'clock. I only ask, are you pretty good at keeping your appointments? Great, I am too. I definitely will be there. At least now you know what I look like and I know that where I can find you. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. And usually they're going to say, thank you very much for stopping by. This is just simple word tracks that you can use, right? But when able to door knock, we need to be able to get rid of the thought of if the client doesn't answer that they're not interested. They're not interested in this. That's not true. If they hung up on you, that you think that they're not interested. That's not true. A lot of times they put a wrong phone number, they don't answer the phone, they forgot about it, they filled out a request and they got so many requests that they got frustrated. But if you can take that extra step to go ahead and to distinguish yourself as not a telemarketer, as somebody different, that you're a local underwriter to the area, that you're here to help them, they're going to let you help them. That's why they sent the request in. They want help. We just need to make sure that we fully and effectively work our leads to the max. Coming from somebody like myself, that when I started this business, I would say, oh, I'm never going to door knock. I have been able to resolve many, many leads by door knocking and make a lot of income and have a lot of families protected just by getting outside my comfort zone and by knocking on that door and saying hello.